The market crashed. Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, and pennies might be disappearing forever. So let's make art with thousands of them while we still can. Yep, the government is talking about getting rid of pennies. So of course I had to get 140 pounds of them before they're all gone, and to make a video about the trending topic. My art is very current, see? Wow, this is already outrageous. I can't wait to see them unwrapped. We already know that the US Treasury says a penny is worth 1 cent, so this sculpture is going to be worth $250. But the government says it takes 3.7 cents to make a penny, so this sculpture will be worth $925. But people don't like pennies. They don't want them. When they get them, they don't use them. They are basically worthless. So this art will be worthless. Wow, that took 3 hours. But this makes a lot of sense. Ha! Time to go for a splash in my riches. Wait, now I'm ready. Please enjoy some expensive ASMR. Now, to turn these into art, I have to get them to my work table, which I have the perfect solution for that. But wait, discontinuing something, making it harder to find, well, that's a recipe to make something quite valuable. A sculpture made out of rare material, that can get really expensive. We're now hitting a value of perhaps $1,000. Except some of these pennies may be extremely hard to find. I'm not checking them all. I'm not checking any of them. If one of these happens to be the rare 1943D Lincoln bronze wheat penny, this sculpture has now arrived at a value of $2.3 million before it's even built. And there. Whoa. This is crazy. I can hear my dry cleaner now. You've been handling many coins again, I see. Yes, this is 140 pounds of USD. And let me tell you, it was not easy gathering this much art material. Hi, I was wondering how many pennies I can get at one time in exchange for cash. My business is all about making change.
Yeah, we can give you $25. No branch has that much pennies.
Can I do an order?
So we couldn't get that for you this week.
Am I able to go to other branches?
Yeah, if you visit different branches and you see if they can give you $50 worth or whatever.
Okay. This is gonna be harder than I thought. So then I spent 3 days on a wild penny chase trying to snap up what's left of this hot commodity before they're gone. Hi, I'd like to do an exchange for pennies. I'd like to withdraw several pennies, please. Can I have all of your pennies, please? Yeah, the coin. How many can you hook me up with? Oh dear. This cannot be worthless if it weighs that much. I would like all of your pennies, please. I'll take whatever you got. Wait, no one's came to ask for pennies? This is heavy being rich. Oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna pop my bike tires. How many pennies you got? I'm curious, do you have more than one box on hand? Ow. Just looking like Scrooge McDuck's pool in there. There is one more location between me and home, so we're probably gonna add more weight. Can I have that box of pennies, please? We freaking did it. The things I do for art. Okay. Can you help me grab my backpack, please?
What the in there?
Art.
Okay, I could do that.
Yeah, put on your back and then bike it 5.5 miles because that's what I just did.
That's not my job.
So weirdly is my job.
Yeah.
Now I'm poor because I spent all my money on pennies. I do not know if investing all that time was worth it. So after all of that effort, I did want 500,000 pennies, but 1, that would weigh over 1 metric ton, and 2, I was only able to get 25,000. Though you probably saw, this video is still titled 500,000 pennies, and there's a very interesting reason for that. So stay tuned and I will explain. Now, what do I sculpt? Good thing filming all of that before this took all day, so it is now 11 p.m. and I will sleep on it and hopefully I dream up a wealth of ideas. An artwork that makes change. Of course, if we're truly talking about the material of the sculpture, pennies are made out of zinc and copper. Based on those metals' current market value and the amount of each metal in a penny, 1 penny is worth 0.007 cents, which would value this artwork down from $2.3 million to $189.42. See, my art has symbolism. This is a symbol. It means money. Okay, I thought a lot about this. I cut pennies, I looked into welding. What I think I'm gonna do is stack them and glue them in columns to try and build this $sign from the bottom up. So I was thinking I would give myself the freedom to make it cartoony and just see how it appears as I'm doing it. But man, that $sign that was really structured and cool. Oh, no, that's my bear. Check out my previous video where I made this bear 1 millimeter tall out of chocolate. Yeah, the $sign I put on the bag looks really cool. So I can't tell if I should do it structured or just let it appear as it does. I mean, you know I love cartoony. I've already been the Monopoly guy and bankrupt in a barrel in this video. I need to sketch this in 3D. But there's another way to look at the raw materials. The amount of pennies I have weighs 140 pounds. The going rate for gym equipment is about $1 per pound. So when I'm hosting my Fitness Outrageous channel, my opinion would be that this sculpture is worth $140. Ugh. I like this so much better than the cartoon drawing, which is now making this harder. Imagine this goofy form, but huge and out of metal. That'd be so cool. I made the whole thing kind of spiral, so from some angles it looks like just a weird shape, and then when you get to the right angle, it's like, oh, that's money. I need your advice.
Go ahead.
I was gonna make it cartoony, you know, just kind of free-form, goofy shape. I made a 3D model of it. The other option is to do this, where it's really right angles and very iconic.
Yeah, I like that one.
Ah, really? Yeah, me too. It would probably be easier to just freeform and let it be what it is, but you want me to tell the pennies what to do.
Yeah, I like that one.
I know.
Start out and see. It's gonna come up like a cent sign instead of a dollar sign.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should just start.
I'm still rooting for the cent sign to come out. Oh, miraculously.
Get out of here.
Or as you're making it.
We have our answer. This one will be better, even though it will be harder, so we're going harder. Now I just have to turn a pile into a 3D shape, which may be harder than collecting them. By my calculations, the base should be 4.5 inches wide, and that will give us a really great size. 6 by 6. This feels really big. This is taking me a whole bottle of super glue, a whole hour, and we are only 1 inch tall. I need to take a break from counting change to count my macros. You may have seen my announcement that I'm boxing in Creator Clash 3 this year. Well, I have a nutrition coach for it now, and he has me eating a ton of protein, which is hard to fit in when your life consists of barbell painting, sand sculpting, car crafting, etc. So Chomps is the perfect snack for me to get high quality protein fast and easy. I wish everything in my life could be administered via a stick. You know how I love hot glue. There's 10 grams of protein per stick, 0 sugar, I love that. When I'm crushing it in the boxing ring, it'll be because Chomps made it easy for me to stay on my nutrition game. Look, watch this. I can get my protein in while juggling a hectic life. Ha! Original flavor is my favorite because I am a classic kind of artist. They also have jalapeno and a new smoky barbecue flavor, and Chomps asked me to ask my audience what flavor we would like to see, so let me know in the comments what you want them to make. I really want to know what outrageous tastes like. Click my link in the description to learn more, and now back to more penny pinching. This now constitutes the foot serif of the character. Now I need to taper in as I go up. Now is when I have to start building outward to make the S shape, so I have to make sure they can support all the weight as they build each other out. And also I think I need a better guide than just my eyeball. So with that raw material logic, we're back to making an artwork that's worth less than the cost of the pennies used to make it, except we're talking about an artwork. I am taking these 25,000 pennies and turning them into something more desirable than 25,000 pennies. That is the definition of creating value. So how desirable can I make this sculpture? If I do my absolute freaking best, I bet it could be $5,000 desirable to a collector. Now, this is our template that I need to follow, and I'm realizing it is very large. The template already helped me see that I was not to the S yet, but now we are, which means we've reached the scary part, and over the next 1 inch, I have to go outward 3 inches in both directions. And actually, this has been a lot more mathing than eyeballing. Before I even started, I made a graphical drawing that was on a grid to try and figure out exactly what I'm doing, and it has still resulted in me knowing vaguely what I'm doing. Of course, if I do my absolute freaking best and I work my hardest on this sculpture, artwork is still very subjective. I only have true control over me and not other people's opinions, so I could totally be making something that would seem completely worthless to a collector no matter how hard I try. We are back at $0. Oh no, we have a break. It's loose here, not even where I thought it would be on the overhang. I guess the move is one at a time, sticking them underneath and then hoping they stay. By the time I have to stick another underneath that. That block that drops down isn't even a part of that typeface. I added it because I thought it looked cool. Could just not do this part, but we always want the highest execution of very valuable artwork. Adhere, please. Alright. My fingertips are insane. A $0 artwork, except an artwork's value has a lot to do with who made it. I have 2.2 million of you subscribed to my channel, so that means I must be creating something, right? Because all of you are validating me as an artist, a collector could definitely be convinced that this sculpture is worth $10,000. I mean, I just built a bridge of coins in my head that should not work, but I'm pretty sure it just worked, and it is somewhat structurally sound. Okay, here's risking it. Beep. It's already so heavy. Oh my goodness. There we go. Wow, closing this off is extremely satisfying. Okay, that was 9 hours and all of my glue. And I think it should probably dry upside down to get more structure before I keep going, so I'll see you in the morning. I did not feel good about how much noise this was making yesterday, and I need to make sure it can really support its own weight, so I got some super glue. It's been an hour, so that should be cured. Okay, feels all right. Now going back to super glue, which I actively chose because I don't have the hours or even potentially days to wait on something like an epoxy. Time is money. So I'm back to putting dots on the pennies. A penny for your dot. The market crashed. It's because I was trying to do the easy thing and focus on finishing this side and then this side, but that made it unbalanced. Looks like I'm gonna have to commit to epoxy, especially for this stem part. The market really could crash, and that would mean lots of things would be worth a lot less. Certainly artwork wouldn't be on people's list to start collecting. That puts me back at making a $0 artwork here again. Now this has got to be clamped for 30 minutes, so I'm gonna try to be the clamp while I continue to build up weight on this side. I did not think this could go any slower, but I have single-handedly figured out how. Figuring out how to build a penny bridge is crazy, and when it works, I'm like, what? I'm constantly having to look at every angle and adjust to make sure I'm going straight up and down and 90 degrees. It's easy to start drifting over the rows, and then it'll just lean over. That would not be good. Ugh. My neck hurt this morning. I was like, what did I do at the gym? It's because I'm leaning over and this weight pulls on my neck and it's killing me. What a challenge. Well, my battery's gonna die, so I'll see you whenever I can let go of this. New angle, new battery, more money, more problems. But of course, you all could validate not just me as the artist, but the artwork itself. The fact that you are watching this video about this artwork, giving your very valuable attention, means that the artwork is definitely worth more. The more successful this video is, the more valuable my worthless sculpture is, and you all are playing a part in that value building. I know your views could make a collector want this sculpture for $100,000. No, I've been doing this for entirely too long. It is mind-bending trying to make the shape I want only one single layer at a time. This must be what a 3D printer feels like. And the algorithm is playing a huge part of the value building. That's why I had to put 500,000 pennies in the title, so we could trick the algorithm into making this video a success to make the sculpture super valuable with all that attention. If you all keep watching and commenting, I know we could get this sculpture to be worth $500,000 to a collector. Comment below if you want to be a part of seeing a worthless sculpture turn into something worth $500,000. I can't believe I worked another 10 hours and I still only have a bottom dollar. When I look at that overhang, I think, why did I believe I could possibly make that work? But there it is. Just hope it's still there in the morning. Oh, thank goodness. The US dollar is holding strong. Wow, I am so proud of how this is turning out. I can't believe that I was able to get this blocky typeface look somehow. Wait, I just realized something. Do you see this? It's a C with the line through. You did it! You manifested the cent sign onto my channel.
There you go.
Now, this video was supposed to be done 2 days ago. I did not anticipate how hard it would be to get pennies, or how hard it would be to get pennies to do what I want. But now that we're on day 6 of this project, I've had 6 days to experiment with something else. Let me show you. The first experiment is really quick. This is a dirty penny, and this is vinegar with salt mixed in. Drop in the penny, and in seconds, we have a very clean, bright, shiny penny. Now the second experiment took several days. Let me just reach into the oven and show you it done. I feel like I'm on the Food Network. This is putting pennies in that very same vinegar and salt solution, but for several days. And look what happens. It's this vivid blue-green. So should I spend several days figuring out how to vinegar the sculpture to make it look like that, or clean it? Let me know in the comments. So now I have two options. First, I could rush to finish this, but the epoxy is not set, so it might break. And also, the final artwork would not reach its full potential of being either clean or green. As you probably guessed, I'm going with option 2, making this epic sculpture a 2-part video, which means now you all get to decide how the artwork ends. Maybe I just leave them dirty. I love all the varying colors from all the different pennies that have been on very different life journeys. Also, there are tiny gaps. You can see the light coming through, so I could add LEDs inside and make it glow. Should I do that? So the next video will be finishing this piece to its fullest potential based on what you all want, building more value into the artwork because it's now made by thousands of us, potentially millions if you share this video. So it is on you to click and watch the next video when you come across it to help it blow up. How valuable can we make this worthless artwork? If you liked this, you'll like seeing when I made a microscopic chocolate sculpture by carving a Hershey kiss. I'll put that down there for you. He just got absolutely destroyed. Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, and I want to see if I can carve candy into a microscopic sculpture. There is art inside there, I just gotta figure out how to let it out. I want to make an itty-bitty edible bear, a miniature that's microscopic in magnitude, just millimeters tall. This is what I think is in here.